Hey everybody, it's Max J. Miller, co-author with Robert Hollis of the upcoming How Is That Working? I just want to follow up. Got a question from somebody about the last couple of videos that I did. They wanted to know, why is it that all these stories, these great stories that we think about, have these three acts and follow this simple pattern? And the really simple answer was given by Joseph Campbell, the great mythologist, a while back, that fundamentally that pattern has been around since we started telling stories. I mean, really, since humanity started, at least the written word that we've got of some of the earliest stories that we have seem to follow this pattern. And what they're reflecting, according to Campbell, is the pattern of ancient tribal initiation, rites of passage. When somebody would begin to become of age, they would take the group of teens out of the tribe for a period of time, a year or more, and they would put them through boot camp, basically, all of the trials and tests to train them to what it meant to be an adult in that community. And then when they felt that they were ready, they would bring them back into and weave them back into the community as full-fledged adults. And all of the tribes once upon a time followed this pattern. And so Campbell suggests that this is really what's going on. If you look deeper, and also Campbell talks about this too, it's reflecting something deeper about the human psyche. And that is fundamentally that it's telling us that the way you were previously in life is not necessarily destiny. In other words, that's not necessarily the future, the way you have to stay in life. Very simply, the reason these stories are resonating with us, you know, think of Casablanca, Wizard of Oz, any of the great stories that we just love. These stories are fundamentally telling us that life does not have to be one continuous thread. The past does not predict the future. In other words, there's room for transformation. There's room for people to create new life, new businesses, new directions for their life. I mean, think of the classic story, the Christmas Carol. You know, we meet Scrooge and it's Christmas Eve. His nephew comes in and says, "Happy birthday, Uncle," or "Happy Christmas, Uncle," and he says, "Bah humbug." And, he's this bitter old man described by Dickens as, just completely inward turned in and bitter and wants to shut out the world. He goes through his adventure, which happens to be a sequence of three dreams in which the ghost of Christmas past, the ghosts of Christmas present, and the ghosts of Christmas future come and visit him over the course of the evening. And through that process, we discover something about how he wound up this bitter old man, and he discovers that, and he in the discovery realizes that he had a say in that he really wasn't just sort of he wasn't born this way, this crotchety old guy, but he made himself that way. And with that sort of aha moment, he wakes up and suddenly everything looks new, and he goes out and is no longer the stingy guy, but feels related to everyone. And so, the story, the reason we resonate with it is because we see the possibility of this transformation of a person made new. And any great story offers forth that promise or that possibility. It says the past does not equal the future, that things can transform. And so keep that in mind when you're writing your story or telling your story. Are you telling simply how you became who you are today, or are you telling a story that creates the possibility of some kind of transformation, aspirational possibility? That's what you want to be looking at. I'll share more with you in upcoming videos. Thanks for listening.